Hello immortals, I'm Kronos, welcome. Today, first of all, as you can see, we're in a surreal place. I hope you can hear me with all the noise. Hope you enjoy the scenery. And, I mean, look at this. Isn't it amazing? I'm amazed every time, like, we have this for free. Yet we choose to spend our money and time and energy on like so many things. And I'm talking about myself included, of course. I'm talking about us as human beings. Like, our society brainwashed us so hard that we forgot about this, you know? We're looking for, like, people are on the screen every day, all day, like, that's their life, like, and it's not even like, you know, it's just an illusion, you know? And we have this, like, I just want to jump in, like, at this point. I really do want to jump in. Anyway, to the topic. Today we're going to continue off. It's going to be a short one because there isn't a lot of light left, and we're at the end of this chapter. So, as a little reminder, we are reading Seneca, Lucius Seneca, the philosopher. Those of you who don't know, letters from a Stoic. It's an incredible philosophy. It's a Stoicism philosophy. I'm not going to go into details right now, of course. We're going to continue off where we stopped, which is the quote that we were talking about how one person should be enough, and you should treat one as many and many as one. And when you do something, you do it first to learn for yourself, and then to pass it on to others. But you shouldn't, the other people shouldn't be the reason you do it, and they also shouldn't be, you shouldn't take, like, you should listen to yourself, not them. Like, you should take people's opinions into consideration, but you should always listen to your deeper self, and your best quality should be something to be discovered, like, in the sense that it should be inward. So my mouth is so, you know what, I'm going to hope this is yeah. My mouth is so dry. Yeah, that's so good. So, have you ever thought about, just off topic, like, they close natural resources to the public and take money for it? You know, those businesses that, like, got their like hot spring or lake or whatever, or a pool, something natural, you know, a beach, you know, and they will close it off, decide this is mine. Now you have to pay if you want to enter. Have you ever thought how crazy that is? Like forests, like like all those natural reserves and all those places the government and like corporations take over like it's theirs. Even our body isn't ours. How can you claim, like, everything is temporary, even your life now, like on this 3 dimension, how can you claim a land? How can you claim nature to be yours? How do you possess that? Like, that is crime against creation. Like, this is the type of stuff people should be like thinking about and like doing so, like how come we have to pay for what God given us, like, you know, we shouldn't. Anyway, that's just a thought, you know, it is thoughts to myself. This whole series, I'm gonna call it probably thoughts to myself, because I feel like I'm basically sharing my thoughts, even though I am not able to do it yet, like so clearly yet. And the things, the way I want to express myself and what I want to say differentiates from how I portray, because I'm still not used to this. Like, I'm getting better. I feel like I'm more comfortable, etc. But it's still not my forte. Like, this is weird to me. Like, this is really weird. Like, I don't feel like I'm a content creator or YouTuber. Like, this is so weird. And I'm not like, I don't feel like I should be behind a camera. Like, it's weird to me, you know? I want real connection. I hope that this channel will one day bring me to be able to meet people and, you know, get together and do stuff and talk and like have activities, meditation, yoga, I don't know, like we could, but I want to meet people, like connect for real. Like, this is not it, not for me. Like, I don't feel natural doing this. It's not. I'd much rather be in a lake right now, you know? And I'm gonna be tomorrow. Anyway. So, the example he gives to that sense, he gives 3 examples. We stopped with the first one. And it is like, okay, so Democritus says, one man means as much to me as a multitude, and a multitude is only as much as one man. The value you have towards many and towards one should be the same. You should put as much effort into anything that you do with people, whether there are one or many or none at all. It shouldn't be the difference. It should not be the number of people. Another example. So the following also was nobly spoken by someone or other, for it is doubtful who the author was. They asked him what was the object of his study applied to an art that would reach but very few. He replied, I am content with few, I am content with one, content with none at all. I'll say it again. I am content with few, content with one, content with none at all. So they asked a man, anonymous man, they don't know who it is, but they asked him, why do you put so much work and effort into this art that few are gonna ever experience, ever gonna see? His answer, I'm content with one, I'm content with many, I am content with none at all. He is not making the art to get reactions, to get likes, in our today's terms, to get a reply from people. He's creating art because that's how he feels. He creates it for himself, first and foremost. That being said, he's also content with one or many. So if he does reach an audience, he's happy with that too. So it shouldn't be like, you shouldn't be afraid or, you know, of publicity, like, which is something I'm struggling with, like why it took me so long to make this channel. I don't want to be famous. I don't want people to know me. I don't want, like, I know I'm going far ahead for someone with like 6 views, but that's the thought behind it, like, because it can get there, you know. Who knows, you know? what could happen once you put yourself in this situation. I mean, I am making these videos, I'm uploading them online for anyone to see. So, but one of those things that, the main things that really hindered me and stopped me from doing this for such a long time is the fact that I don't want to be known, you know. I love my privacy. I love being no one, in a quote unquote. And I do appreciate anyone, like, even if no one watches, which basically is what it is, I'm okay with that too, you know. Like, I was looking, I hope that I grow and reach people because I want to be able to touch people, you know, and connect with people. But I mean, I've been doing this for like a month now almost, I think, and I don't feel like, I mean, I haven't grown like in like nothing if you take it to the grand scale, but I'm still going, you know. I'm still like the same, like I feel like I'm improving, and this is a skill set that I'm learning. So even if nobody watches this, I improve, I grow, you know, and I can take it to other areas in life, and also maybe to this, like, this could be a, who knows where this goes, or maybe another, I don't know. But I'm not doing it for the audience per se. That is the point. The third saying, and a noteworthy one too, is by Epicurus, written to one of the partners of his studies. I write this not for the many, but for you. Each of us is enough of an audience to the other. I love it. Again, I write this not for the many, but for you. Each of us is enough of an audience for the other. One is enough. One person that listens. One person that is there for you, or that you are there for him or her. One person should be enough. Anything other than that is not the point, basically. We should be content with what we do have, you know? So many people don't appreciate, for example, that they have love. Like, that somebody loves them, for real. Like, you know, many relationships, not just romantic, right? But romantic as well. But people, like, they have love. It could be an animal, you know. I have a friend, I have a few friends that are like, but one in particular, she has a cat, and like she's alone, basically. Like, she's not alone, but she's kind of lonely, and she moved to another country at a young age, and no family, no nothing. Only it's a complex situation. I'm not gonna go into details for her privacy, of course. But the point is, she has a cat, and that cat is obsessed with her, and she is obsessed with him. Like, and it's like incredible that cat, like their love is something out of this world. Like, you wouldn't believe it. And like, they will snuggle and hug all day, and he will be all over her all day and all night, you know. He will sleep all on her, and like, it's incredible, like their connection. And sometimes she would, I'm not putting her under any buses, but like, sometimes I would hear her talk about like how she's lacking relationship, you know, love in her life. Like, I'm like, look what you have, you know. You know how many people would kill to have that? Like, their love the cat is showing you is out of this world. Like, I envy, like, I want that, you know. You have it, just look. You know, a lot of times we forget what we don't. I mean, it's so true. We don't appreciate what we have until it's gone. Do we? Look what you do have, you know. If you can love, find love. If you're lacking that, if you can't appreciate that love, it's trying to teach you something, that you need to appreciate that love and love yourself as well. That cat is showing her that you can love you, you know. You are lovable. You are someone that can be loved. Love yourself, you know. That's what I think. So I write this not for the many, but for you. Each of us is enough of an audience for the other. Lay these words to heart, Lucilius, but you may scorn the pleasure which comes with the applause of the majority. Many men praise you, but have you any reason for being pleased with yourself? If you are a person whom the many can understand, your good qualities should face inwards. Farewell. So, genius. So, lay these words to heart, Lucilius, that you may scorn the pleasure with which comes from the applause of the majority. The scorn that comes from the applause of the majority, the damage that comes from the applause is the praise, you know, that when people basically worship you or look at you as something to be admired, when people, it is something to be, it's a scorn, he like, because it taints you, it doesn't taint you, it taints you, well, that's what we're talking about, exactly why and how the group can change and alter your values in a way, at least momentarily, and maybe even not. Like, because you could change, like, it rubs off you. This group mentality, it rubs off you. And what the majority appreciates and worships is usually wrong. Usually it's a vice, it's something that is easily attainable, because then not everyone would do it, right? It has to be something easy. I said before, you know, if when you find yourself, we said it last time, when you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to stop and reflect. So, you may scorn the pleasure which comes from the applause of the majority. Scorn is in the form of pleasure because it feels good, right? At that moment when people praise you, it feels good, but be aware of it, be wary. Don't let it get to your ego, you know? You can appreciate people, but don't let them get to your ego, and how you do it, you appreciate, for real. You know, there is, I think it was from, about Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, about, I think it was, well, it was about how you should not appreciate flattery, how you should be wary of flattery, because it is a form of manipulation. And how you should, so you should differentiate between, for example, flattery and true meaningful gesture. when someone just compliments you, they're trying to get you to like them, right? That's why women, so many women are turned off instantly when a guy, the first thing he says to you is a compliment. It's like, what are you trying to get from me, you know? Because you're like trying to make me feel good. Why are you doing that? It's emotionally, psychologically, it turns on this red bulb, right? It's not logical, you know, because if you think about it logically, you're like, you should like it, like, thank you for the compliment, you know, and that's it. But no, there is something behind it, right? Like an intent. As we spoke before, intention is it's the most important part. So when you go up to a woman, for example, and you compliment her straight away, it's like you're trying to, they can sense it, just so you know. Of course they can. Like so many guys are confused, like why women don't appreciate, because you know why, actually. You just don't ask the question. You don't want to say it. You don't want to confront it. But you know why. You know why she is. Like, let's take a step back. Look at yourself and the way you are approaching this situation. And look within, ask yourself, what is your actual intention? You know? And you know, so many people are flattered by, like, most people do take flattery like as, they like it. Because it feels good at that moment, like it's, yeah, oh, you look so good, oh, thank you. You know, but there is nothing to it. So I would suggest, like, when you, like, because I have no problem, you shouldn't have a problem complimenting. It's not about, this is not a pickup lesson, right? It's not a seduction lesson or nothing like that, or criticism of it, per se. It is the fact that when you approach someone, anyone, what is your intent behind your words and actions? That's what's important. And if you look within and you ask yourself that question, and you can answer it sincerely, then you will get the answer of why they responded the way they did. Or maybe you won't. Maybe they still don't make sense. Maybe your intentions were great. They still didn't get it. That doesn't matter. What matters is you know your intentions are well meant and what you try to get and achieve. You know. And that's what's actually important. So, you know how they say it's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? So, many men praise you. But have you any reason for being pleased with yourself? If you are a person whom the many can understand, so if it is something, your values or your attributes, that is something that everyone can understand, or like, are you pleased with yourself? Because if everyone can understand, if everyone can see it, it must be superficial, right? It must be shallow. That's what he's talking about. If it is something, as we said, in worldly, it would be a lot harder to reach, and not the many, for the most case, not the many will appreciate and be able to see it, because it's in worldly. So, if you are praised by the many, what for? What is the reason? What is the... Ask yourself, what do people appreciate you for? That's important. You can be, as we said earlier again, the most famous person in the world. But do you have any substance? Is there something behind it? Are you bringing value to people, or are you doing it for yourself? Are you in need of that approval, or are you doing it, or is it just a part of the journey? Like, is it a byproduct, or is it the goal? When you do what you do, and when you go in the public eyes, and are you trying to create art, or are you trying to create propaganda and sell? Is it a product that you're making, or art? That's a question. For you musicians out there, are you painting because you feel this urge Are you painting because you feel like you can sell it for a lot more than it's actually, than you know it's actually worth? Are you trying to give, or are you trying to take? Are you trying to create? Are you trying to destroy? Are you trying to, what are you trying to do, really? Are you trying to create provocation, or are you doing it to create thought? When you talk to someone and they ask you, they come to you for comfort, comfort or for advice, do you think what would be the best for them? Or do you think, what do I think is the best for them? Do you give your own opinion, subjective opinion, or do you take yourself outside of the picture? Like a good therapist would do. And a good friend, and a good husband and wife and brother and sister, and a good person, a good friend, you know? Someone who truly likes you and loves you and has the wisdom to be able to, and the egolessness, I should say. Because you need to take yourself outside it. It's not about you, you know? At that point. Unless you make it about you. And that person might not come back. I mean, and even if they do, are you trying to manipulate people? What is the intent behind your actions? It's getting really dark, so I'm gonna have to finish. And we're finished with such, so many men praise you, but have you any reason being pleased with yourself if you are a person whom the many can understand? If your good qualities are inward, it will be a lot harder to reach. Well, which is what it says next. Your good qualities should face inwards. Farewell. So, next time I'm gonna summarize. I'm gonna summarize basically. Next time we're gonna talk about. So does the lonely, I should say, or loner, the wise, the guru, the philosopher, that stoic man, that person we're talking about, that is able to be that philosophy and live it. A person like Lucius, Seneca, like Marcus Aurelius, etc. So people like that, do they need? Don't they need friends? Do they want friends? What is the role of friendship? Is it something that we want or need, or how do we approach it? How does it connect with being alone? How does it connect with looking inwardly? If you should be transparent with your friend, as we said, how does it not contradict? Like, how do we connect the dots? And so it's about true friendship and philosophy, and how we connect the true when you follow these values of the loner, of the wise man, the philosopher, right? So that's what we're going to talk about. But to summarize this, I would say ask yourself, what is the intent behind what I'm doing right now? Whenever you don't get the desired result, of course it's a lesson, we know that. But I want you to ask, like, if you find that you are unable to communicate and like get to know women, for example, or men, or you are unable to communicate with your children, or maybe you have this dissonance to the workplace or anywhere with anyone. Maybe it is like a certain group of people, like police guys, like police officers, or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve that has something to do with other people or not, and you're unable to, but you're trying, and you can't understand why that is. I urge you to ask yourself, what is my true intention behind my actions and my words? Ask yourself that every time. You will find the answers. So I will leave you with this. What are your intentions when you upload to social media? Before you press upload, I want you to stop and think. Wait. Step outside of yourself. Look at what you're about to do. You're about to share something with the world. Why that? Why, first of all, why is it that you want to share that? Anything at all? Why is it that specific thing that you want to share? And what do you hope to achieve by it? If anything, what is the core reason that just as a simple exercise, ask yourself, what am I trying to achieve? Before you press send, before you press upload, look at that video, picture, whatever it is. Look at it. What am I doing? Ask yourself. You might like the answer, you might not, but either way you learn. And that's what's important. So, yeah. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. And I'll see you next time. Remember, always, we are immortal souls in temporary bodies. Don't be afraid.